Howdy y'all, JR Gamer here with another video just for you. If this is your first time here and you're looking for a relaxing space to evaluate gameplay, inspiration for your own projects, or a dose of daily awful dad jokes, don't forget to subscribe to the channel right now. And while you're at it, click on the bell to get notified when I upload more videos. Howdy y'all, it's JR Gamer once again. This is going to be our last video for the Planet Zoo beta, guys. I'm going to go through it very quickly. Pretty much this video is the second half of the speed build on my reptile house. Putting down floors. I cut out a whole bunch of it because I tried doing the floors in different ways and it just didn't work for me. So I'm laying down this roof. It's actually one of the pieces, generic pieces that they have out, and I use that as the floor. I really like the red color for the reptile house, so I kept it in that red, bright red color for the floor. So and that's basically what it's going to be. It's just putting down the floor, putting on the roof, doing some aesthetic type things, and putting down some concrete on next to the stairs, and some decorations, and that pretty much is going to be the reptile house. And that's about as far as I got with the beta. Is just building this reptile house and the couple habitats that you have already seen in Planet Zoo. But I'm hoping once the launch comes out, I have a lot more time. I'll have a lot more, not necessarily more time, but I have a longer period of time with the game, and so I'll be able to build more detailed stuff than I build here at the beta. Specifically because I'm building at the end of the day. I'll build for 2 or 3 hours, and I'm not a fast builder like many of the other YouTubers. I take a lot longer to do things than they do, and my creativity level, although up there, is not as refined in many of them. So I'm just I'm doing my best with what I have, and I hope that you guys like what I've got going, and what I'm trying to do. I'm not a professional YouTuber. I'm doing this as a tribute to my brother, because he was a gamer himself, and he loved video games, and that's what we would talk about all the time. And I'm doing it on the side. I'm doing it to show that even if you have a full-time job and you've got other obligations and you've got kids and all that stuff, you can have fun playing video games even at my age. And that's the other thing is I want to show that gaming is not just for the young kids, for the 20-year-olds and the 19-year-olds and the I grew up gaming. My little brother grew up gaming, and even toward to the end of his life, he loved to play video games, and we talk about video games and comic books and all those things. Oh, sorry, I'm getting a little emotional. And I miss him, and so I want to continue that. Because once I have my kids, I want to show them what my little brother was all about. I want them to know that their uncle was a kid at heart, even at his 42 years and 360 and 59 days, or 58, 57 days. That even at that age, he was still a kid at heart, and he related to kids because he was a kid at heart, and he loved video games, and he loved comic books, and so I want my kids to know him that way, because they're never gonna meet him, and so this is a way to be connected to him, even though he's no longer with us. So anyway, that's the whole point of what I'm doing with this channel is I want to be able to uh, to give my brother a good tribute for and do my best to make him to remember him, give him a name, something that people will remember, um, you know, forever. And so, that's what that's what I'm trying to do here is get to that point. So anyway, I'm putting down some concrete walls here. Uh, Sorry guys, there's something going on with. Okay, let's stop here. Yeah, I was just trying to verify if there was a glitch in the recording, but there is a glitch. I think I stopped here for something. Either I was talking to my wife or something, and that's why it stopped for so long. I totally forgot about that. But yeah, it's a glitch. It's just a glitch in the recording. It's fine. So here I'm trying different ways of covering up the soil along the side of the stairs, and I wanted to make it concrete, just because it would, I think it actually was a pretty good contrast to what it is that I was trying to build. So I made I sloped the concrete so that it looks like it's sloping down, following the incline of the stairs, and then created the floor out of concrete at the top of the stairs. Just creating kind of a slope in the concrete, for aesthetic purposes. So anyway, and that's basically it. I mean, it's just placing down the roof, the floor, and covering up the dirt with floor pieces to create that indoor look that I'm going for this particular enclosure, this habitat, so that we have the outside area, so that people coming in can view the reptiles, well, the two habitat reptiles, and then coming into the inside area, and they can view the rest of the exhibit. Now, again, this reptile house is a lot bigger for the amount of exhibits that I have in there. That's because we didn't have a lot of choices in terms of reptiles to put in there, and I really didn't want to mix it with all the other animals all the other exhibit animals. On top of the fact that it was a pain in the butt trying to put those exhibits down and getting the paths correct, and that's the hardest part. That was the hardest part for me, was putting the exhibits down and being able to get the paths to them the way I wanted them. Just FYI, Planet Zoo people out there, Frontier, work with the path system a little bit just to make it a lot more user friendly, because it is a big pain in the butt. Even the same way in Planet Coaster, it's probably the most difficult part of doing this, is getting the paths to work the way you want them to work, and to follow the path lines that you want the paths to follow. So just an FYI, I'm sure I'm not the only one or the first one to ever say that to Frontier. There's plenty of other influencers who have said the same, and plenty of them who have learned how to get around that better than I could. It takes a lot of work to get past that path system, and it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort to get it just right. So, kudos to them for really doing the hard work, which is working with the path system so that it works perfectly for for their purposes. Um, I unfortunately I'm not as good as they are when it comes to that. Here I am just doing my best to have everything lined up correctly. Nothing get through too uh, it looks like it should. It looks like it was built piece by piece out of concrete is what the look that I'm trying to get here. For example, I would have put another exhibit right there in that corner, and the path would then go around and go to that exhibit, and then maybe put one, either in the middle or up against the other wall. And as you come in, you see an exhibit to your left, and basically fill up the entire space with exhibits. That was the whole idea, is to do what a lot of zoos do, which is create these halls and then just fill them up. And there's an exhibit right next to an exhibit, right next to an exhibit, right next to, all different habitats. Usually, for example, of a reptile house. Now, I went to the Denver Zoo and they have a tropical. It's called Tropical Discovery, and it's basically an indoor tropical rainforest. And they have exhibits of many different types of animals that live in the tropical rainforest, which again gives me an idea for maybe for the future after launch, is to create something similar to Tropical Discovery. I thought it was a great use of the space, and a great presentation of tropical animals living in their environment. And they had bats, and of course, they had the lizards and the reptiles, but they also had some of the tropical monkeys in there. They had bats. They had what else did they have in there? Um, it was both a a habitat and an aquarium, because they also had a very interesting presentation of aquarium, but not in your traditional sense. Yes, they had a traditional type of aquarium where it's an aquarium tank, but they actually had a non-traditional type of aquarium where it's an open top aquarium, and it was in the natural setting. So, for example, they'd create this waterfall that would go into like a river, and you'd have the glass, and you'd had all the fish that were indigenous to that particular type of river in in that enclosure. But the enclosure, the habitat had no top. You could actually, if you wanted to, which wasn't advisable, but you could actually put your hand in the water if you wanted to, if you were tall enough to get over the glass. But the glass was open at the top, so there was the glass didn't go and cover the entire thing. And I think that was ingenious. It made you feel like you were part of the exhibit itself, part of the habitat. So, again, an interesting take on habitats and exhibits and how to put them together. And I'm hoping that we get something similar in Planet Coaster in terms of maybe an aquarium type, either a DLC or expansion pack or something that includes kind of an aquarium type process, or an aquarium type DLC, where we'll see different types of fish from the rainforests, or the different biomes that we're getting with Planet Zoo. So again, food for thought. I just thought it was an incredible presentation. They had, for example, like I said, they had the reptiles, but they also had like monkeys from the Amazon, and they had these huge indoor enclosures for the different primates that are from the Amazon. I think they had the howler monkey and several other monkeys from the Amazon, from the tropics. And they had their huge enclosures. It was an indoor enclosure. It was a greenhouse. It had a glass roof, or part of it was a glass roof. The other part was in the dark or non-glass roof. And so I thought it was just an amazing presentation. So, you know, trying to get inspiration from other zoos, and I told this to my wife, is every time I travel for work, if I have free time, I'm gonna take a trip to a zoo. If there's one available in the area that I'm at, I happened to go to the Denver Zoo because I was in Denver for work and I had some free time before I had to take my flight back, and so I spent a good 2 hours taking pictures. I was the strange guy in the suit, walking around with an iPhone taking pictures of the habitats. I think people thought I was crazy or something because it was, it was during the day. It was in the morning. The zoo had just opened, and I was the only guy in the suit walking around, which was kind of. I mean, I would have thought it was weird. All you saw were moms and kids and dads, and some school groups walking around, grandparents with their grandkids, and I was the odd man out there. But it was fun. I mean, I got a lot of really good ideas. I'm very impressed with the presentation of the animals by the Denver Zoo. I'm very impressed with what they did. It's no bigger than the San Antonio Zoo, and I hate to say this, but I love San Antonio, and it's a wonderful city, and I'll never leave it. But I have to say that the Denver Zoo is probably a better presentation of the animals than the San Antonio Zoo. I'm gonna take a lot of those ideas and try to implement them at Planet Zoo when it comes out in November, and start working on a project that I think will make people proud. So that's where we're at, guys. I mean, I'm gonna finish up here, do a little decorating with some foliage. I didn't want to put a lot of foliage because the two reptiles, it would still be considered part of the habitat, as you can see. It's telling me that I shouldn't put that kind of plant near the now the monitor. So I'm gonna. It required me to do some tweaking to the habitat because it was bleeding into the habitat next door. So I didn't put a lot of foliage down, so that people could see. I tried to fix the corners there. It just didn't work the way I wanted to. But hey, we did what we could. Here I'm gonna create a roof for the reptile house to close it up. I wasn't gonna add anything else. I wasn't gonna add any more exhibits in there, so it was time to close it up. But I kind of questioned myself whether I wanted to make it a closed roof or I wanted to make it like an open roof type deal. I didn't have time to unlock all the pieces, so I didn't really have all the glass roofs and all that kind of stuff. So I worked with what I had, and I think I left it as an open roof because technically I think it would have been a glass roof if I had all the pieces, but I would have put a glass roof just as the exhibit, or just as the habitats are going into the inside. I would have put a glass roof there so that light would shine into the habitat from that area, and then the rest of the roof would be a regular roof. That open area right there that's left, instead of closing it off, I would have put a glass roof right there, just to create that illusion that the sun that comes in and creates some light inside, some not artificial but some natural light to come inside for the animals, so that they would have some natural light coming in. It was very similar to what I saw in the Denver Zoo, where they had that glass roof to create kind of a greenhouse effect inside the reptile house. So guys, I really appreciate you guys taking a look at the videos. If you have time and you enjoy the video, just click the like button down there and subscribe for new videos as they come out. Once Planet Zoo comes out, we're gonna go gun-ho with that. But I've got other video games that I'm playing and enjoying. I'm gonna leave you here after this. Once I'm done with the reptile house, I'm gonna leave you with the last kind of pictures of the animals that I had. Besides the two reptiles here, I had the boa constrictor and then my turtles. Do appreciate it. We'll see you in November with more of Planet Zoo, guys. Enjoy this. Enjoy these last pictures of my zoo, and we'll start a new zoo project November 5th, 2019, when Planet Zoo comes out for real. Okay, you guys take care of yourselves. You have a wonderful day, and adios.
Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. If you like the content, click the like button below. Remember, if you're looking for a relaxing space to evaluate gameplay, inspiration for your own projects, or a dose of daily awful dad jokes, subscribe to the channel right now and click on the bell to get notified when I upload more videos. Until next time, adios.